Well, we had a really good weekend of practice. Saturday and Sunday went very well, very spirited, which I think we needed. Worked on a lot of different things, offensively, defensively. Gave them Monday off, and now we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in preparation for obviously a very challenging road trip against two really good teams. So we just got to stay positive and keep building, keep working, and that's kind of been the focal point of the staff. And hopefully we can play well this week.
So you guys had a very similar record at this point last season, and you finished really strong in the last 10 games. What can you guys kind of take away from that over the next couple of games and really use to push towards the end of the season?
Well, we've talked a little bit about that, and hopefully the vets from last year, can help with that, and then the new guys can respond. We've got a group of really good guys, and there's some really good young talent. It's just a quiet group, and we've got to get them to where it's not so monotone and stoic, and we've got to have a little bit more spirit and emotion, and I think that will help us at both ends of the floor. So getting that's kind of the trick, and then getting a couple wins to get you momentum, and it was a little bit different last year as far as the schedule and how it's set, but you're right, it's obviously doable. It's just it's going to be very challenging. We're going to have to play well. This is not a year where this league you can play just okay and win no matter who you are. So we can't just play okay basketball. We've got to play really good basketball.
Do you think you'll stick with Jonah in the starting five, or do you want to tinker with things?
We'll see. We'll see how that. We'll see not just Jonah, but just looking at everything. That's why we practice. All week to see how guys are producing, how guys are playing. But we'll probably have a little bit better idea come Thursday after we get Tuesday and Wednesday's practices under our belt. But it's nothing that Jonah's hasn't done to warrant something different. It's really just what will happen here in the next couple days in practice.
How long do you think it took for Jonah to kind of get back to the level where he would have been if he hadn't sat out that year?
Zach, it's probably a good question for Jonah, because obviously dealing with injuries, that's really on the player of how you feel. And I just know he missed an awful lot in the summer, and Kevon missed a lot a summer ago, and he was able to respond, but now he has surgery as soon as he gets in the league, and now he's really responded well from that surgery. So different guys perform differently and take longer amount or shorter amount of time due to injuries. I just know that missed time really affected his timing and what he wanted to do, and hopefully he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with his role and what's asked for him. I think he is rebounding the ball well. I think he's defending very well. So maybe the last thing that's going to come is his offense, because I think he does have the potential to really help us offensively.
What kind of role do you want to see him take on offense?
What kind of role?
Yeah.
Well, he's our stretch four, so with our system, that stretch four gets a lot. That stretch four is going to get pick and pop situations in our pick and roll. They're going to get pick and roll situations depending on what that read is. I think like Kevon, he could be really good in transition where he grabs rebounds and just goes with it. When we're big, we don't have that option. They got to find Bryce or Aaron, whoever's running the point at the time. Now, when it was Kevon or now when it's Jonah, they have the freedom to get it and go. So these are all options that he has. And then I think when he does play the big guard, we can post him some and try to get him going that way. But he's got to drive the ball more, got to try to get to the free throw line, get some easy baskets, because he is very talented.
Is Arizona's style of play maybe a better matchup for you guys?
It's hard to say. They're different. I think they are different than what they've been in my first couple of years. And they've really got the ability to score the basketball. I think they've got 4 or 5 guys in Pac-12 play shooting over 40% from three. They shoot the ball very well. It's a good shooting team. Anderson is having really since he's left here, he's been incredible. So they've got a guy that's playing very, very well and is hot. And they don't lose very often in there. I think Oregon's the only team that's beaten them in the last 2.5 years in there. So we played well down there at the end of last year. And couldn't finish it. And we know we're going to have to play awfully well here in this game to have a chance in the end, because they do score the ball well. Trier's back now, which really helps them. So getting him back in their mix is going to help them. So a lot of guys you got to prepare for. It's not one guy or 2 guys. It's a roster filled of a team that knows how to score the ball.
Has Alex been able to practice at all?
No. He did not. He did a little bit. I'm sorry. He did do some skill work. He did some individual work. He did no one-on-one contact work over the weekend, and I have not seen Shane yet, but I'm assuming he'll be cleared to do a little bit more here today and hopefully build up. And we hope that the plan last week, and if everything went well this weekend, which I think it did, is that he'll be available for the weekend.
Do you feel more comfortable giving Aaron ball handling duties than you were at the start of the season?
Yeah, he's grown. He's really grown that well, and I think his decision making has been so much better. And it's really about trying to get. And I think those 3 guards have done some really good things. Now, unfortunately, we had a lot of guys not shoot the ball well in our last game at SC. Aaron wasn't one of those. Aaron shot the ball pretty well in that game. But when we've got Aaron, Bryce, and Isaac really playing well off of one another, that's when we kind of go to another level. And now if we can get some of that bench, or whether we're in a new lineup here with Jonah or Gigi, I think gave us 7 and 7 in that game. We start getting stuff like that. That'll really help us offensively, because I think defensively we are more athletic and we're a little bit better defensively than when we were big. And so Aaron's ball hand, not just his ball handling, but I think more importantly it's his decision making. He's getting a much better feel and understanding when to drive, when to pull up, when to pass, when to shoot, all those kind of things. When to be the hockey pass where I just got to make the extra pass and the next guy gets the assist. He's really learned that, I think, throughout the year and is doing a nice job.